Hello. I've been trying to stream at earlier times to see if that works any better for people that want to come watch me. So I'm streaming significantly earlier than usual this time. We're gonna do more I Wani Hug That Gator because I was fucking falling in love with this the last time I played it. You might hear my phone in the background. I just got a new cell phone and it is in the process of transferring just tons and tons of data from my old phone to my new phone, and I don't want to touch it while it's doing that. I just want to leave it and let it do its thing. So I'm going to ignore that, and you might hear it occasionally. But yeah, let's get started, shall we? Olivia's so fucking cute. I keep saying that, but it's true. I never thought I would get into these kinds of games, the visual novel type of things. But Echo just fucking. The first one did Indy did was Adastra, and I didn't really like that. But Echo was something special. Echo was amazing. And then I was like, okay, maybe there's something to hear. So then I played Snoot Game and fucking fell in love with that. Like I've had Snoot Game brain rot for months now because of that. Right? Oh, it's so good. Okay, September 25th. It's been nearly a full month, and things are starting to feel natural in school now. Well, at least compared to my old schools, except now I've actually made some good friends. Yep, Damien seemed pretty cool. I'm pretty sure we're good friends anyway. I don't really know how to measure friendship. I mean, Damien and Liz and Olivia, they all seem to kind of like you. Outside of that party a few days ago, I haven't hung out with any of them outside of school. You should give that a try. I mean, Ben wanted to meet you after school for working on a project. If friends just hang out at school and good friends did stuff outside of school, where does that put us? Well, it's still early in the school year. I'll figure out friendship conversion rate at some point. There's a phrase you don't think. Friendship conversion rate, huh? And it's not like I'm rushing either. Shades, focus! Oh shit, ad. Boy, it is only a minute long, but it feels like forever when you're just sitting there waiting for the fucking ad break to end. Shades, focus! Leaving my current thought, I realize I've been in the middle of climbing a rock wall in the gymnasium. Huh. Why am I spacing out again? Alright. All the blood was rushing to my head. Yeah, that would do it. Ouch! That's going to leave a mark. Alright, peel yourself off my majestic gym floor and hit the showers. Oh, there she is! Woo! Made it just in time. I take my seat next to Olivia and let myself relax for a second. Olivia is, as usual, doodling away in her notebook. I take a quick peek at the new work, curious to see who she's trying to turn into a caricature today. Instead, the page is filled with various scribbles of what looks to be a rat. The only piece of shading for its fur is just on its head, save for a white spot around its right eye. Looks like the same one she doodled on the note we passed around in history class. I remember that. The Murd mural shows it in various poses and scenarios, some basic and some pretty creative. There's even one wearing a cape and wielding a ridiculously giant sewing needle like a sword. Kind of like Small Saga. These rat doodles of yours are pretty cute. Thanks. Actually, that reminds me. Look who else I drew over the weekend. She flips a couple of pages of her sketchbook and holds it up for me to see. Much to my surprise, it's none other than Mia. Olivia decided to draw her as what I could only describe as the most flattering way as a druggy harlot. Yeah, flattering, sure. Her clothes are more ripped than her usual attire. Her jacket is filled with all kinds of unflattering patches, and her hair is styled into a gaudy mohawk that only detracts slightly from her face full of piercings and rings. In fact, she has a couple of rings piercing her eyelids. Ouch! To the point that I think it would be impossible to keep her eyes open from their weight. And that's not even getting into all the tattoos that Olivia has drawn on Mia's face. I can't help but let out a snicker at the sight. You like? She's sporting a smug grin as she looks my way. I mean, it's funny, but how can she even breathe with all those nose rings? Doesn't need to. She's full of hot air already. That's funny. A girl chuckles at her own joke. I bet if she saw it, steam would come out of her ears. Oh yeah, probably. She'd probably fucking hate it. Yeah, she'd stomp around uselessly and then do nothing else. Seems like you got a pretty good idea on how she works. She's just predictable. It's not rocket science. Oh, I remember. Oh, she's so cute. Like, every girl in this game is so fucking cute. We're interrupted by a pair of students. I recognize them, though. I only know one of their names. Oh, what was her name? Lunara. Yeah. Yo, Inko. My homie. So I saw what you submitted for the contest, and I just love it. It's so good, I just had to show it to my friend. Yeah, man, I just had to come see who made it when Lunara told me all about it. And when she told me, I was like, oh my god. And I just knew when I saw it, you had to have that artistic spirit. Hey, Robert, how are you doing, buddy? Pretty damn fantastic, especially for a newbie. I'm a bit taken aback by her backhanded compliment. Still, it is a compliment, the first real one I've heard since coming to St. Hammond. About my art, I mean. Oh my gosh, I never introduced myself, did I? I'm Kiara. Kiara, you are cute too. It's just so nice to meet you. Nothing much. Been a pretty slow day aside from vandalism. Yeah, I heard about that. Fucking assholes, dude. Like, no, no respect for anything. Do anything to get attention. Not convinced they aren't a fucking psyop. Like, if your job is to make everyone hate environmentalists, congratulations, it's working. You know? Yeah, likewise. Cool. I mean, it's not that great of a piece. It's just something I had on hand. Last minute? Damn, you're selling yourself way too short there. Yeah, your work is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I was thinking we should hang out sometime. Oh, you slut, stop trying to get into his pants. I mean, would. Just saying. Definitely would. But you can't cheat on Olivia. She's too cute. Look at her. She does not look happy right now. Oh shit, the bell's ringing soon. Already? Damn. Yeah, it's nice seeing you again, Inko. Keep up the great work. Be seeing you later. Yeah, be seeing you real soon, Inko. I can't help but smile at my new friends, wave their goodbye, and depart. I mean, she kind of gave you a backhanded compliment as well, so I don't... Be a little wary, Inko. A heady feeling of joy washing through my head as I replay their last words of praise repeatedly. Seriously, it's like that. Like, you give us guys a compliment, and we'll fucking remember that shit for the rest of our lives. It's true. Out of the corner of my eye, Olivia's smile reflects an overwhelming cheer I'm feeling, though it seems to vanish the moment I look away. Seems like you're becoming the talk of the school. I mean, I hoped that I'd get some positive feedback about my work, but I didn't realize it would be that good. Olivia chews her lip in contemplation before turning to me. Say, Inko, can I see your submission? People were defending them? You gotta be fucking kidding me. What is there to defend? These are the same people that went in and hit the glass. What was it? The Mona Lisa? They went in and hit it with the glass case it's in with a hammer? Fuck them. Seriously, throw the book at them. Like, throw the fucking book at them. Put them through trial and put them in prison for the maximum possible that you can for the kind of crimes that they have committed. Vandalism, right? Also, literally, throw the book at them. I want to see them get hit in the face with a book. Preferably a large book. A hardback book. That'd be funny. Sure, give me a second. Luckily, I'm prepared. Not only do I have my portfolio drive, but I finally set up a cloud drive for it. It's as simple as opening up the application on my phone and swiping the extra digital copy to present to Olivia. Ta-da, I consider it my magnum opus. Magnum opus, I finally got to say it. You keep a copy of it on your phone? I've got my whole portfolio in cloud storage. I've learned it was good practice for a couple of artist blogs. So what do you think? Oh, Olivia squints at my phone as she does her best to formulate her opinion. It's, nice. That's convincing, Olivia. The compost of it is really something. You mean composition? You mean composition? Yeah, that. You did great, Inko. Huh, getting a compliment from Olivia for my work feels a bit alien to me. But maybe, just maybe, this was the start of something new. I'm not convinced she means it. I'm not convinced she means it. Yeah, I can almost feel it now. Inko G. Nito. Ace photographer, capable of capturing masterpieces through a photo lens. Yeah, that's got a nice ring to it. Olivia seems to see my self-congratulatory grin because her own drops. Alright, you did good. Don't let it get to your head. Yeah. Yeah, that's good advice. That's good advice. Listen to her, Inko. When the grin remains, she forces it off by elbowing me in the chest. God. I warned you. I mean, to be fair, she did. That's going to leave a bruise. With that exchange behind us, Olivia and I get ready for class. As was normal by now, Mr. Edekin begins class with the most violent abuse of school property. Good morning, good morning. The cornstarch is apparently an issue considering where religions apparently grow on stone and there's a chance of spraying it. A chance that spraying could have killed them off. Oh, jeez. They're fucking assholes, dude. Like I said, make an example of them. They keep doing this because you keep, like, letting them get away with it, essentially. Like, they either get no punishment or light punishment. I am not 100% sure, but that's the impression I get. That's bullshit. If you don't make an example of them, they're just going to keep doing it. You know what I mean? Now, settle down. We've got announcements to go over. I sit back in my seat, subtly feeling out the spot where Olivia smacked me to check. Yep, bruised. Sheesh. I mean, it makes sense that she would have strong arms. You kind of have to when you have to wheel yourself everywhere, right? As the Pterodon continues on reading from the announcement sheet like he did every day, I found myself lost in my own thought. Nothing else really happens that I'd consider out of the ordinary. Things that are new, like the school itself, are finally starting to become mundane. Yeah, then they're not gonna fucking learn anything. What do you think of the people claiming it's a psyop? What do you think of that? I mean, like I said earlier, if their goal is to make environmentalists look bad, they're doing a damn good job of that. Later at lunch, I'm rattling off my best stand up to Olivia while Damien's out getting seconds. Liz has retreated to her usual space in the rafters. She's a long neck, so she could do that. And then he says, "Oh, goddamn." Olivia's hand flies to her nose, trying and failing to contain the snort-filled laughter. Look how cute she is! It sets off a chain reaction as my own laughing spills over my mouth in a cheap school burger. Ha! God, you suck at comedy, Inko. Olivia drinks from her canteen to alleviate her sore vocal cords. Is that why you're all out of breath? It was a pity laugh. Stick to photography. You got a better one? The mood is slow to settle, but once Olivia has caught her breath, she speaks with a snide smile. In fact, I do. I mean, I doubt it because I don't know how the stuff they did helps address climate. It doesn't help address climate change. It just makes them look like a bunch of jackasses. So a Triceratops, a T-Rex, and a Rhino Rex find a lamp. Her mouth clamps shut and eyes go wide. Oh, perfect. I was looking for you two. Hey, Ben. Olivia casts her eyes down to her lunch, spearing her mystery meat roughly with a talon. Hey, Ben, what's up? Just figured I'd come by and congratulate you on your submission entry. This again? I mean, it is my best piece, but all the praise for it is still surprising. It's exhilarating, all these compliments and everything. Hey, thanks, man. Hey, maybe I'll be the winner of the contest. What do you think, Olivia? The green gator girl flinches. Ben shakes his head. Also, Olivia, great to catch you here. Principal Scalar. The principal's name is Scalar. Wanted me to remind you that you need to clean up after yourself. Leaving messes in class can disrupt students in other periods. Scalar said that? Why not just tell Olivia herself? She's busy and tired of reminding you. Olivia scoffs at the mention of our principal, yet keeps her mouth firmly closed. Must not be important then. I just spent my entire second period cleaning up her mess because she's not taking anything seriously. I love this bass line. I'm not supposed to be Scalar's errand boy, and I'm certainly not supposed to be a personal janitor. I'm left to frown at Olivia giving Ben the silent treatment. Was it wrong of me to think she'd be more open with everyone else like she is with me? But do you know how hard it is to scrub baking soda out of the carpet once it's dried? Can you just try to not make other people's lives harder? Ben, what the hell? I didn't mean that. I went too far. I'm sorry. Olivia tries shooting me an indifferent gaze. It cracks a bit into embarrassment when I don't return it. Ben's comment is completely uncalled for. I can't just stand around if she's not going to defend herself. Come on, Ben, leave her alone. My point being, Olivia, this is completely ridiculous. I expect better of you. Expect? How do you have expectations for her? That came out a little wrong. Yeah, it kind of did. But there are people who, of course, called it out. That's the last time I bring the Stonehenge incident. I promise. Most famous example comes to mind is Liam Gallagher, vocalist of Oasis. Okay, I'm glad at least some. I mean, I don't personally put much stock into what celebrities tend to think on things like that, politics and whatnot, but a lot of other people do. So it's good he said something. You know what I mean? Well, I expect her to do the bare minimum and not waste my time. Olivia doesn't even bother looking at Ben. Instead, she's looking at me with that sad face until she quietly wheels away from us. I think I went a little too far there. Man. He pinches his brow and sighs. Left standing here with the student council president, I wonder what I had done to earn Olivia's ire just now. That bad? Mia really wanted me to have lunch with her today. She's definitely going to give me an earful after school. Oh, so they were arrested. Good. Leave them in prison for a little while. They'll never fucking learn. He glances at his phone and grimaces at the notifications. Spoke too soon. She's giving me one now. Well, you should probably grab your lunch while there's still time. Ben glances up at the clocks of the lunchroom. There's only about 10 minutes of lunch left. So, where is Damien? Oh, you're right, but the lines usually close 5 minutes ago. His fist hammers his palm in epiphany. Oh, you use the vending machines out there. Anything good there? I've been enjoying the atomic hot taquitos recently. But Damien tells me he's a bigger fan of the bitter melon bites. Bitter melon it is. I don't think my tail could handle the amount of capsaicin. Not a big fan of spicy food, are you, Ben? Ben gets up from his seat. I love spicy food. I fucking love spicy food. Alright, I'll go check it out. Let's... One of his feet gets caught on the stool and he stumbles head first. Right into Damien's tray stacked high with mystery meat. Ouch! Oh, hi, Damien! He face plants right through the tray and onto the floor. On the bright side, the mystery meat cushions his fall. That's a funny way of putting it. On the dark side, the mystery meat cushions his fall. Whoa, Ben, are you alright? Hi, Liz! I jump from my seat and go to get him up. Blah. Instinctively, I take a look around the cafeteria. All eyes on us. I already hear it starting. Various murmurs about the safety of the student council president, murmurs that start to break into jeers. I know how this song and dance goes. It's over for Ben. He gets up and dusts off his blazer. Not exactly what I meant when I said meet and greet, Damien. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. All of a sudden, the entire attitude of the cafeteria shifted before my eyes. The jeers of were deflected into general amusement as permeated through the room. Well, good on Ben, able to make light of the situation. You know, best you can do. One of the nearby students stands up and hands him a few napkins to wipe himself off. Hey, thanks. How does he manage to stay composed while covered in school mystery meat? That is a good question. I'm both impressed and jealous. You okay? I thought you couldn't eat meat. Nah, even if I swallowed it, it'd take a lot more than that to really be an issue. I'll be fine. Thanks for the concern, though. So he's a herbivore. He's a herbivore dinosaur. Even as he brushes off the lunchroom grime, Ben carries himself with dignity. If that had been me, this guy has some serious quick wit. No, there's probably a little more to it than that. Man, I was looking forward to eating that. Why on earth did you even have that much meatloaf? Ah, Damien looks so sad. I asked the cafeteria lady earlier this morning to let me have the leftovers. Although now it's gone a bit to waste. His eyes remain on the floor. Some poor janitor's going to have to mop all that up. Maybe. Don't even think about it. The bell signaling our next class starts to toll. The fistfights and gang wars cease on command, and everyone starts milling toward the exits. Oh my god, it's taking forever. The cafeteria empties enough so that I can clearly see the bin-shaped meatloaf angel on the ground. That's funny. There's a familiar rubbery and textured feeling on my fingertips. My instincts have kicked in, hands going for my camera to capture the moment. After which a sense of shame rolls over me. I'm not even sure I would get to the part about capturing the moment before the sense of shame set in. I would even consider capturing something like this, especially when it's happening to my friend. I get up from my seat with a heavy sigh and finally head to my next class. I hope Ben will have time to clean up before photography he's got in 5 minutes. On my way to photography, I'm a bit caught up by what's just happened. I think I'm starting to see how Ben accomplished that. I mean, ordinarily the incident that embarrassing would be just detrimental to your social standing. On my first day, I went through something like that. An event so humiliating people were spreading rumors for days. Yeah, when he got hit in the face with a dodgeball and it knocked him out. Sent him to the nurse's office. Sure, they died out pretty quick, but the fact is it happened. One moment everything is fine, and then suddenly something you couldn't have even seen coming just upends your life. Stuff like that happens all the time, and to anyone. It's something that always terrified me. It's something that just happened to Ben, only he was exempt. He was quick on his feet and diffused the situation faster than it could have even really started. I think that's why everybody probably likes him. Quick wit, funny, friendly. It's like disaster avoidance. I seriously think it's the most important skill one can have. To have everything under control, to see trouble from a mile away and make it a non-issue even when it takes you by surprise. That sort of social capital is something I need. Maybe it's a little selfish, but if I were seen that way, any sudden happenings would be forgiven instantly. I don't know about any sudden happenings, but you do you, Inko. Of course, Ben isn't alone. The world is full of people with that skill, only I'd be lying if I said most of them deserved it. Don't be so judgmental. Most people able to get away with stuff use their unique ability for just that, getting away with stuff. What should be seen as a blessing of a social buffer is just some enabling trait of theirs, a charismatic get out of jail card. If I had that ability, I'd use it to push myself to my limits, both artistically and productively. That's my ultimate goal. Ben is one of the good ones, definitely. He's definitely earned my respect over this. The question remains, though, how do I get like that? That line of thinking is cut off as around the next corner. Wanted to talk with you, Olivia. Oh boy. At the center of the hallway intersection is Mia and Olivia. Oh, come the fuck on now, Olivia. Don't be such a killjoy. I'm trying to be nice here. The grin on Mia's face is jovial as she stands before the wheelchair-bound girl, her tail lazily swaying as she eyes Olivia. What do you see in her, Ben? Apart from being hot, I get that part. I mean, I realize how lethal those spikes on her tail looked. After all, have to be nice to someone as talented as Olivia, don't I? Behind her are a pair of similarly smiling Saurian girls. Actually, wait a minute. Those two... Oh, hi, Lunara, and... they're Bia's friends? I mean, she knows her way around a palette and a canvas. Right, Olivia? A paraplegic Picasso right here. That's you, right? I can't imagine how useless you must feel otherwise. Jesus Christ, Mia. I'm so glad you're able to put those thoughts aside and paint some things you like. Come on, Mia. Mia takes a step forward, toward Olivia, her previous expression taking a more ominous air. Yet for all that talent and untapped potential, you seem to lack some sort of basic expected of a functioning young adult. Some of the basics expected of a functioning young adult. Mia's lips part, revealing a cruel grin. I've heard you've been a really dirty, messy little baby, leaving your stuff everywhere in class and getting it all over the place. This is not going to end well. They should stick you in a cute little bib. Kiara and Lunara laughed, jeering loudly at Olivia. Mia snaps her finger, causing the two of them to go quiet. I still don't want to believe it. These two, they were so nice to me. You got a backhanded compliment from one of them, dude. What are they doing with Mia? I know them. They're smart. They know if this is what it looks like. It's horrible. They're not even the kind of people to punch down like this. But they all decided to do it, right? So what's going on? You don't know them. You're just assuming. Is there more to the situation? Mia takes another step forward. Her figure now looming over Olivia as she looks down with a cruel sneer on her lips. Normally I wouldn't waste my time trying to single you out, but I'm gonna use this moment to make you get the picture. Benny was supposed to join me for lunch, but he had to stay behind to clean up after your mess. You got your issues, you can't ride a bike, whatever. But you're a fucking problem. Come on, Mia. Stop making it mine, Livia. Or do I need to start being a problem for you? I think that's what you're doing now. Yeah, does Ben look like your nanny? Well, she does come prepackaged with the stroller. Come on, Mia, that's crossing the line. Not like she could stand up to you or anyone. What? I'm just chatting with Liv here. But if I did hurt your feelings, I'm really, really sorry. Jesus Christ. Kiara's beat clicks loudly and repeatedly while Lunara's hand covers her maw to hide a giggle. Oh, and don't take it personally, Livia. I'm just teasing you. Right, Liv? We're all big one happy family here. We're all one big happy family here. Lord knows some of us could use one. I don't know. I don't even know how to respond to that. I want to hear both sides of the story here. What history do Mia and Olivia have for a confrontation like this? I think getting this upset over her missing lunch with Ben is extreme, but Mia's friends remain by her side. Up, ad break. And we're back. Okay. Completely steadfast against Olivia. Is it that bad? And yet Olivia says nothing to her. She has her head atop her knuckles on her hand like I would during Prockling's history lessons. There were moments where Olivia's tail would press onto the floor, shifting her chair back or to the side. It looked like she was attempting to sidestep the conversation with that muscular tail, but Mia's own movements cut off her escape attempts. Mia returned the calm stare, There's no motion, but the staring contest was a fight in its own way, and the first to look away would lose. Olivia's frigid indifference against Mia's piercing gaze. Kiara ends up dropping her phone, and both glare at her simultaneously. A draw? Kiara, I swear I'll kill you one of these days. Olivia takes the opportunity to move past Mia. Mia takes no time to toughen her stance and continues her spew of insults. What, leaving so soon? No response. And quickly, that's almost normal walking speed. I was honestly thinking you need a cooler nickname to go with your need for speed. Hot Wheels. In that instant, Olivia stops with a squeaking halt. Gone was her stoic face, at its place, eyes wide with shock. How the hell? Olivia's pace falters. Mia quickly steps up ahead again and places a foot on her left wheel. Your brain-dead fin-head friend told me back in gym class. He went on about how you had it back when you were still soiling your diapers. Honestly, I think you should embrace it. So say it. Well, are you retarded, you stupid bitch? Fucking say it. Jesus Christ, you guys are... God, do you need a fucking speech therapy? Say it. Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels. See, I knew you could do it. Kind of fitting, I agree with half of it. Olivia's claws dig into her armrest. Maybe that's the nuance. The point is that only half of it works. Mia turns to look at Kiara and Lunara, eliciting some more giggling from them. Maybe you wouldn't mind us making it cool again, though, right? I mean, you were such a winner back then. Mia leans in close, her voice now a harsh stage whisper as she glares daggers through Olivia. What's wrong, Hot Wheels? Don't want to talk anymore? I'm not good enough for you? Even from afar, I can tell Olivia is starting to lose her composure. Go help her! Her tail lays limp on the floor as if the energy to hold it was drained away. Oh my God. I think you just now put that together. Oh my God. I didn't want to believe it, but it's undeniable by now. The textbook bullying, it's unfair. This is when you're in line to use the restroom after hours of waiting and someone cuts in front of you completely inexcusable. Is this the part where I should step in? What should I even say? I have to at least try, right? It's my duty as a fellow student. Maybe I don't need to say anything at all? Just being present for Olivia against the Horde? And it certainly wouldn't help if I got an even bigger target on my back for Mia. Olivia winches herself free from Mia's foot and continues down the hall. The others follow like vultures. Oh man, I need to think and act fast. My legs move on their own as I cross into the hallway. I'm instantly noticed Mia's already registered my presence and her expression changes. My heart starts beating quicker and harder. Time's up for being indecisive. I know I would defend. Screw it. Olivia is not going to defend herself, then I will. Olivia needs my help here. Oh, hey, what's going on here? Oh, good lord, it's basic Baldy coming in to save the day now. Piss off, new guy. You won't score any points doing this. I grit my teeth as if this were for popularity. Luckily, I know what to do in this situation. Hey, can I go get a teacher right? Hey, I can go get a teacher right now. If this is how my classmates treat each other, I'm disappointed. Especially you two, Lunara and Kiara. Leona and Kiara look aside a bit, more aware of the situation now that I pointed it out. You know him? Yeah. It doesn't surprise me that Lunar has gotten cozy with him. But come on, dude. We weren't ganging up on Olivia. Yes, you were. You were. I saw all of it how you all bullied her. Bully? Really? Mia spits out the word bully like it's the word of the day in a kindergarten. Somehow it makes me feel silly for saying it. You're gonna tell me to pick on someone my own size next? What? Did you even hear me? I said to go get a teacher. Of all the people my own size, think I killed them all already. Kidding. You really need to loosen up, huh? Are you ignoring me? I said. I heard you the first time, retard. Retard. Instead of repeating yourself over and over again like a freaking idiot, how about you try a threat that actually scares me? Suspension doesn't scare you? She smiles. Let's just call it friends in high places. Look, just cut Olivia some slack. Shut that gold of yours. Hey, Olivia, I think your paladin here hasn't graduated night school yet. You wouldn't like it if it were you. Mia laughs dryly. Why the fuck are you trying so hard? It's hilarious. Are you trying to get a piece of that leathery gator tail? What the fuck? Yeah, fuck. Exactly that. Let me slick something that works into those pants, babe. The other two start chortling again. Mia's forced me to lower on their social... God damn it. Mia forced me to lower on their social scales. They're compromised. My face heats up and I'm starting to see red. And yet I'm frozen in place. Now I'm wondering how it would have gone if I had gone the other route. How could she claim something like that without hesitation? Oh my, he's not responding at all. His head is his head is so red he's totally into gumping it. This this was a mistake. No, it's for Olivia. We're not focusing on her anymore. They're not focusing on her anymore. I can still fix this. I step forward and continue my argument, but Olivia grabs me by the wrist. She gives me a pleading look, one that makes my thoughts stop in their tracks. Oh, isn't that sweet? See, she knows you shouldn't be embarrassing yourself more than you already have. Is that true? She gives you a single solemn nod. How touching. Hey, it's getting late. You're gonna clean up your fucking act or what? She glares at me and then back at me. And another single nod. Oh, so I can try basically anything with you and it's no dice, but when things get rough for him, things change. Good to know. Now I want to know how the fuck the other route goes. Saunter off and around the corner. I look at Olivia, who in turn scowls and wheels past me without a word. I reach out to her. Olivia? Are you... She smacks my hand away. I'm sorry. It's just that I couldn't sit back and let Mia trash talk you like that. Olivia stops in her tracks for a moment, her head turning back towards me. In her eyes, I don't see any anger or sadness, only disappointment. Her citrine eyes are downcast, her claws kneading the cheap leather on her armrest. It takes me a second to realize Olivia isn't talking to me. Forget it. Olivia doesn't even wait for me to say anything back to her request. Her arms push roughly on the rims of her chair, which takes off down the hall without so much as giving anything or anyone the time of day. Now I'm going to go back. I want to know how the other route goes. I saved my progress, so we're good. Okay, let's see how this one goes. As much as I want to go off on Mia and her posse, Olivia wouldn't want me to try standing up for her again, not after how I tried to handle it with Ben. Besides, I'd probably fumble words and make myself look like a fool anyway. So there's really not much I can do. But what I can do is nothing. Say nothing, do nothing, just wait for Olivia to pass by. She stops a bit in confusion, but quickly remembers she's currently on the run. And she passes by. I follow her down the same hallway, slowing my pace slightly behind her. Olivia turns to look at me with equal parts surprise and dread. I think part of her fears that I'm about to say or do something really stupid. Instead, I merely give her a warm smile. To be picked on by many people all at once, all certain they're doing no wrong, it's terrifying. In a moment like this, she should know that someone's got her back. I love this music. Oh, I love this music. Even if I have nothing to offer, at least the playing field will be a bit less one-sided. Now that she has someone beside her. The hell? Hey, I know that jacket. And I know that bullseye for a head from a mile away. The group starts falling behind us. Olivia glances over to me and I return another small smile. Well, well, if it ain't Baldy. Come in to save the day or something? I don't respond. Instead, I keep my head forward and keep on walking with Olivia. Seems to be catch me a bit off guard as I hear the gears in her mind visibly start to turn. Hey, I'm still talking to you, Hot Wheels. The sound of shuffling boots start to gain on us. Just because you have Baldy here now to protect you doesn't save your hide. Neither him nor any of your dipshit friends. I can see Olivia's claws digging into her armrest at the nickname, but otherwise she maintains her apathetic leer. The more we walk, the more obscenities Mia keeps blurting out to try to get a rise out of either of us. This is why you don't have any real friends, you skipless salamander. I don't know if Olivia has a plan because I can't fully understand why she's letting Mia walk all over her like this. But I remain steadfast and believe she knows what she's doing. All I really can do. I just want to hug her. Who'd even want to be with a cripple like you? I can hear Mia laughing at her own words. Olivia, please change your mind and waste this bitch. Ah, so you got something to say now, huh, Hot Wheels? She shrugs. That's how you... If that's how you feel, Mia. What? Olivia doesn't say anything else. She only turns around and begins to wheel herself down the hallway. For a moment, I stand in place and watch as Mia tries to process what happened. Even her posse looks so confused, unsure of what to say. You really got her, Mia. Yeah, definitely showed that leathery bitch. Mia jerks her head to her cohorts and glares at them, angered by their petty comments. Then she stares me down with obsidian daggers in her eyes. Well, that's my cue to leave. With the grace of a headless chicken, I scramble down the hallway to catch up with Olivia. Running around the corner, there's no Olivia to be found. Where'd she go? I suddenly hear Lunar's voice echoing down the hall, followed closely by Mia's. Mia, what are you doing? Get back here, you fucks! Oh no, no. Not alone, not with them. Dread fills me as I hear the pursuing predator's heavy footsteps approaching me. I'm grabbed from behind. I'm dead. Whoa! Suddenly, I'm violently pulled aside. Right into the school's elevator by the collar of my jacket. Oh, thank God it wasn't Mia. She jams the key into the slot and smashes the button for the second level. As the doors close, we hear Mia roar out for us. Next time I see you two again, I'll make sure that oversized cue ball has to use that wheelchair of hers instead. Jesus Christ, Mia. Thankfully, the elevator doors close shut and the car jerks upward before making its ascent. Never knew I'd feel so grateful to be in this death trap. After I catch my breath, unknowingly held, my eyes align with a pair of silver serpentine eyes. She's so cute. I appreciate what you did for me back there. I'm surprised. Not sure what to say back, really. Instead, I smile and nod. In return, she gives me a half smile before recomposing herself. You should roll with me in the elevator now. How come? Well, you've become enemies with her. She's If she sees you, you'll be a wad of gum under her boot. Oh, joy. Yeah, your best bet is to just avoid her now. This way you stay out of the hallways. I appreciate it. Don't mention it. Wait, the elevator will stop. Wait, the elevator will stop Mia from beating the snot out of me in the entire rest of the school? Yes. We hear the small electric bing as the elevator as the doors slide open. She's so cute. I wonder what Ben's story is. History class is bland as it usually is. Procling continues to prattling on about some historical event, but most of my attention is on Olivia. She has her hoodie over her head and looks lost in thought. That altercation must have shaken her up a bit more than I thought it would be. A part of me wants to ask if she'll be okay, even though I already asked 3 times already. But the last thing I want to do is prod at her. Soon enough, the class ends and Olivia uses her accommodations to leave the class early. Besides, we can talk about it after school if she wants to anyway. The more I think about it, the more I realize I had my first real confrontation with a bully at a school. I've heard once that when you get into a fight for the first time, you throw up from the adrenaline. No fists were thrown, but I feel about the same right now. I wring my hands together to try steadying them. Jeez, I'm a wuss. I stood up to Mia and Olivia, and I ended up in this mess. The final class ends, and I'm set free for the day. Stepping out of St. Hammond's main entrance, I'm surprised to see my friends huddled together in a tightly knit group. I usually don't see any of them after school. I always assumed they left as soon as the bell rang. Hey guys, what's going? Inko! Damien looks exceptionally worried as he glances at me. Inko, you believe me, right? Pardon? Olivia's nostrils flare with an exasperated snort. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. She's mad at him for telling Mia that nickname, isn't she? What's the matter, Damien? When Mia asked me about the nickname stuff not so long ago, I blurted it out. She didn't say she used it for something so unscrupulous. I'm ashamed it took me more than a moment to figure out what was happening. Guess Damien feels culpable for what Mia said, but why? You don't know what the word means. Yeah, we don't. We haven't been told yet. Who cares? Inko, really, I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I believe you, man. Your heart was in the right place. Olivia told us what happened with Mia calling her some nickname. Damien leans back over an unresponsive Olivia, hands spread out in supplication. She said you were there too. I was, yeah. Olivia, you loved that nickname way back when we were kids. Damien's words were dismissed with a roll of her smoky eyes. He really didn't mean it, Olivia. I know already. For a split second, she bore row upon row of sharp teeth before gnashing her maw in frustration. Olivia's nostrils flare out in a huff of hot breath again, and I could practically see everything from her day finally weighing on her. You were just being you again, Damien. Sometimes I wished you weren't, but whatever. There's a grittiness in her voice that once more she... But she continues on. She holds her canteen up to her lips, but drops it immediately. Empty again. The grit in her voice is back, but she presses on. And the nickname is just that, a nickname. I don't want to hear it again. Especially from you, especially if it's just to get under my skin. Olivia stares at Damien for a while before breaking contact and glance at Liz and I. Why not? Wait, did I say that? Why did I ask that? It just kind of came out. Yeah, I was wondering the same. Liz notices Damien still organizing his thoughts. Seeing as neither of the others was going to answer coherently, she sighs. Well, I wasn't around for this, but when they were freshmen in middle school, Damien and Olivia would take the bus every weekend and go to an arcade in the city. I guess he came up with the nickname around then, and it stuck. That's half right. I didn't come up with it. I brought a chunk of change for us to play stuff with each other. A match on just about anything there was a quarter, probably still is. But I don't think I won even once. Once she stood to win something, it's like a switch went off in her head. I'd never seen Olivia get like that. Some of the teenagers were watching too. They saw everything. A couple challenged her once, and I ran out of cash. Sure enough, she ended up clearing the house all afternoon. It was all she'd talk about at school all week until we could go back for more. Only took like a month before she would be recognized as some local champion. Sometime along the way, people started calling her Hot Wheels. Don't really remember who or when. But I know it's proof that she got that fire in her. Well, yeah, I had fun back then. I guess I forgot I wasn't supposed to bring it up. Have things really changed that much? And you did. Again. Damien hisses to himself. I'm sorry. Just can't help yourself. But you're right, that was the best time of my life. The name Hot Wheels belongs to 10-year-old me, not current me. Hey, that's a great story. To be recognized so well that you get a cool nickname, that sounds amazing for being a champion. For a champion being a winner. Why all the disdain for the title? I'm not. What? I'm not a winner anymore. Aw, come on, Olivia. Don't sell yourself short. You're super talented. Because you don't go to the arcade anymore? If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's only half an hour away. Olivia looks at Liz like she just recommended everyone watch the newest Netflix anime. Well, if this story's anything to go by, I'd say I'd like to see you be a winner again. Olivia's breath seems to hitch for a moment. I'm sure these guys want to see it too. Damien's the one that dragged you to our lunch table all this time, right? Look at him. He's nearly kneeled over because he's afraid of losing that part of you. And Liz? I think I'd like to see why you and Damien are really close friends. Yeah. And just as quickly as I gained the bravado to speak up, my last words left me immediately. Think I accidentally put Olivia on the spot there. Whoops. Well, her tail rolls around on the ground a bit in contemplation. She's so cute! I just want to hug her! If you guys really care that much about it, I wouldn't mind it from you guys. All at once, Damien lights up. Yes! Alright, Hot Wheels is back. You guys now refers to Liz and Inko. Damien's shoulders drop for a moment, but he quickly recovers. Hey, if we're getting the name out again, we should go visit the arcade together sometime. I'd rather not. Okay, then how about a better name, like Death Roll? That sounds pretty metal. Olivia swings her tail around to trip him, but he's fast enough to jump over it. Damien's words flood out as he contemplates a new nickname for Olivia to try and appease her, many of which are shot down by her or leave Liz and I chuckling. Gradually, our giggles die down, and the four of us chatted a bit more about the day in general. Eventually, Damien and Liz are headed to their respective ways, with Olivia deciding to stick around. Most of the school had filtered out with their various homebound rides or their after-school activities, leaving Olivia and I all alone. Hey, I'll roll with you. Really? I mean, I don't mind, of course. It's nothing. House is only a few blocks away anyway. Besides, I'm sure someone would beat you up and take your lunch money if I didn't. There's plenty of time to make it to the next train, so the two of us take it easy. The sun finally managed to break through the autumn clouds, making the walk almost unseasonably warm. Man, I thought this last day of summer was weeks ago. It was. I don't mind it staying warm longer, though. Feels pretty great to me. Well, she's cold-blooded, so that makes sense. Olivia gives her chair an extra hard push, letting her legs letting herself glide by unaided for a long enough stretch to stretch out her arms and bask in the sunlight. God damn it. I might have figured you'd like that. You'd like the heat. Oh, what? Because I'm a dino? No, not like that. I'm just playing. Relax. You're pretty touchy on stuff, aren't you? The two of us finally make it to the train platform nestled in as it's off the main street. I can see the train a few blocks away. Our walk timed up with the arrival perfectly. I just think it's important to be educated is all. Even if you're what, the only human at our school? Olivia flashes me a cheeky grin and my train pulls up. I've got to admit her mischievous nature is a little infectious. As the train doors open, I leave Olivia with one final jab, something I know she'd appreciate. Hey, whatever you say, Hot Wheels. I neatly dodge out of the way of her slashing claws, stepping smartly into the train as the doors close. Eco, you son of a bitch! Get back here! Oh, she's so fucking cute. As the doors ding shut behind me, I can see an irate and still blushing Olivia waving her fist as the train begins to pull away. Still giggling, I manage to squeeze myself into a seat next to a yellow-scaled woman smelling faintly of hot dogs. Oh God, is it Tracy? You know, I may pay for that comment later. But the look on her face was totally worth it. Is it Tracy? Probably not Tracy. From Snoot Game, the hot dog vendor. She's adorable. You know, a game has good, likable characters when even the hot dog vendor is memorable. Just saying. As the school year progresses, the days start to feel like they're moving along much faster. A part of it may be the change of seasons, however slight that change may be. When the calendar says it's officially fall, ad. How's this looking? It'll probably finish before. I really like this guitaring. That is some nice fucking guitaring. Kind of soft jazz kind of thing going on. I love that little tap of the cymbal too, the drums. That's a really nice touch. Hopefully this game's got good music. Alright, we're back. While the calendar says it's officially fall, the only thing I've really noticed was the increasing number of clouds in the sky. Better safe than sorry, though, which is why I bought myself a fancy compact carbon fiber umbrella. Still, things have started to become routine for me in the mornings. Wake up, throw on my clothes, consider eating breakfast before realizing I'd wrecked my stomach, walk to the station. Well, you really shouldn't skip breakfast entirely. Just find something else to eat. With a feather light umbrella in hand, And wouldn't you know it, I end up having another chat with Mr. Ferris on the ride to school. Hello, Mr. Nito. How are you this morning? Doing fine, sir. Thank you. How are you? I'm doing well. So, my niece told me over the weekend that you and Olivia were in a predicament of some sort. Yeah, Olivia was being picked on by someone, but that's not important anymore. Wait. That's not a problem anymore. I see. Well, that's unfortunate to hear, and strange considering the substantial funding the school gets for anti student harassment programs. What good is all that tax money if classmates are still ragging on each other? If this means anything, Olivia knows how to handle herself. I was there to support her. That's fine, but the issue is this sort of thing shouldn't be happening to begin with. Ahem. That aside, Liz has gotten somewhat enthusiastic recently regarding Olivia. She's surprised at how animated she's gotten. She's so cute. Ever since that get together at Randall's place, I think. I'd wagered you have something to do with it, no? A little bit, yeah. A little bit. Maybe a little. Yeah, it was certainly rocky at the beginning, but we've been warming up to each other. It's nice seeing a different side of her, even if it's brief. I don't know, can I take credit for that? We all have unique chances to make a change, Inko. I like Mr. Ferris. He seems like a really nice guy. If you're good at grasping them, that in itself is something to be proud of. How do you know it's really a chance to do anything? He lets out a deep, reverberating chuckle. Well, to flip our usual script, let you in on an old phrase. A friend of mine once told me, if you see a fork in the road, take it. Isn't that a Yogi Berra quote? That sounds like, because it does sound like something Yogi Berra would say, because he would always kind of get quotes like that wrong. Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Ferris. Like my mornings, the school days were becoming routine as well. Slave through PE with Damien, see Olivia's new doodles and sketches in art class, watch Liz lose her mind tutoring Damien at lunch, talk shop with Ben. Though now I have to avoid Mia like a plague because she's surely out to kill me. There's going to be a confrontation there at some point, I bet. All said, I think St. Hammond has been my best school experience out of, man, I've lost count of how often I've moved. Must be the fresh head trauma. As for today, hi Mia. Hi Damien. It's been raining pretty often recently, so Coach solely made us play more dodgeball at the gym. Mia was definitely gunning for me with the way she launched them at me with the speed of a catapult. She's trying to beam you again. I rest in Idekin's class, popping my spine against the curves of the chair. Apparently today's a short day because some of the assembly, so the period will end much earlier than usual. It also means we get most of the period to slack off, do homework, do homework. I glance at the desk next to me in hopes of catching Olivia's latest artistic masterpiece when I notice she's not drawing and instead oddly fidgeting. Hey Olivia, you seem to be a bit nervous. Everything alright? Yeah, sorry. It's just that I've been hearing rumors the school's shared drive might have been corrupted. Wait, really? Yeah, really. How would something like that happen? Not, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say some kind of computer virus. Not sure, but I'm scared that it might have messed with the art contest submissions. I think you should check out your entry on the website just to make sure it's okay. Technology doesn't fail me now. Technology don't fail me now. With urgency, I take out my phone and type in the school's website. Fast fingers lead me to the art contest tab. Can this loading bar go any slower? Finally, the page loads in and... oh. It looks like the submissions have been closed. What? I hold the phone up for Olivia to show her the page. The submissions have been closed since voting started last week. Oh. Sheesh, I thought Mr. Eidekin had spooked me. Olivia all seized up. Well, that's quite reassuring. With the submissions closed, there's no chance of any hacker messing with them. Olivia doesn't seem convinced, still drumming her finger on her desk. Hopefully she'll feel loads better when the preliminary winners are revealed. Speaking of which, when are what? As the bell sounds, the class begins to pack their things. Eidekin corrals everybody into a single file line. All right, everybody, we had assigned row stick together. Before I join in the rest of the line, I look back at Olivia, who seems to be stalling. Come on, I'll walk with you. That seems to stir something in her. She glances up at me, hastily shoving her notebook into her bag. Yeah, I'm coming. As we head out the door, I notice Olivia shuffling her hoodie a lot. It's not too long into the walk to the auditorium. Despite Mr. Eidekin's best attempts, most of the class splinters off to sit with their friends. Having expected this, he shrugs and makes his way over to the back of the auditorium where the teachers are. Olivia and I are left struggling with the crowd, trying to filter into the cramped theater of the school. It's going to be difficult finding some seats. It's fine, I have a spot. Olivia wheels herself down the pathway to which I follow suit. She heads down the aisle until we're at the first row of seats. There's a vacant spot where a typical seat would be with a faded handicap sign. Olivia parks her chair into the empty spot, to which I take the seat next to her. Best seats in the house, right? Can't complain. As the hall fills... if I did complain, who would listen? As the hall fills with more students, my anticipation rises. Oh man, I can hardly wait for the announcement. So, do you think I have any chance? Huh? Oh, maybe photography isn't super popular, but... Olivia folds her hands on her lap, staring straight ahead. Her voice trails off. I knew that, but I'm hopeful. Hey, guys. Hi, Liz. You're still adorable. I have to remind myself that this is normal. Hey, Liz. I can't believe it's finally here. Gosh, I'm so excited. Me too. By the way, where's Damien? Hey, guys. Hi, Damien. I'm over here. Damien is in the far back of the auditorium yelling and waving his hands in the air to catch our attention. He's going to get in trouble for that. Frills, sit down! Damien immediately stops and takes his seat. With tempered expectations, we both sit in silence for a few minutes before the principal, Scalar, walks on stage and taps on a standing microphone. She looks tired. Okay, everyone, got a whole bunch of important announcements to make. I'll make them quick so we can all have an early lunch. As soon as the idea of going to an early lunch is brought up by Principal Scalar, an entire room goes silent as vigil. I guess when it comes to an early lunch, it's serious business. Why wouldn't it be? Who wouldn't want an early lunch? You get longer to eat that way, right? I would assume. Over the next 15 minutes, the Principal Scalar goes over important events coming up in the school year. Most I would consider standard things like pep rallies for the sports team or bake sales for fundraisers for upcoming field trips, even something about a new clubs being formed such as Japanese Animation Appreciation Society. Weeb Society. Okay. Not the best acronym. Yeah. Not the best acronym, if I had to say. Otherwise, it's mostly boring housekeeping stuff when one got right down to it. I sometimes wonder why the announcements warranted an assembly when the mood suddenly shifts with Scalar's next big announcement. Now we've come to the main stuff out of the way. I've saved the best announcement for last. St. Hammond is proud to announce the 5 semifinalists for the annual Fresh Start Art Contest. Cheers and applause roar loud enough to make my ears ring. Dude, I'm loving this story. These characters, I'm just loving it. And the music. And the art's great. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't also excited for the reveal just to see who made it to the semifinals. Maybe I was giving myself a bit too much credit, but I really wanted to be among those semifinalists. I can almost taste victory, in fact. Don't get your hopes up too high, buddy. I turned to face Olivia, prepared to cheer alongside her, but I've stopped in my tracks when I notice that unlike the rest of the peers, Olivia seems to be uneasy about the prospect. Almost scared, even. Before I can ask Olivia why her sudden change in mood, Scalar continues her next words, cutting my train of thought off. And here we have the 5 semifinalists. The pieces of 5 skillful students who had beaten all the other competitors came up, followed by the names of the victors right above them. Alas, I see no photography submission in sight. At least I gave it a shot, right? Yeah. Can't win them all, buddy. Oh man, I didn't make it in. Poor Liz, she looks so disappointed. Liz's neck drops down into a melancholy noodle. I can't help but feel pity for the bummed out Bronchiosaurus. Bzz, bzz. Checking my phone, I see... Tell Liz to come back here, bro. I'm sure Damien's got that handled. Despite my sullied mood, I come back to the semifinal winners can't help but be amazed by them. Each artwork is impressive in their own right, the colors blending wonderfully and the figures beautifully designed. Did Olivia enter anything? Because I thought she said she wasn't eligible. It's easy to see why they were voted the winners. The last one especially catches my eye. Scenic landscape with a setting sun looks stunning. If not for the slight stylization of the skyline, the fantastical color palette, it would probably pass off as a real photograph with some filters pasted over it. I'm not an art critic, but if I were, I'd label it a masterpiece, easily the best out of all of them. Let's give our winners a big round of applause. The auditorium fills with the usual clapping one would expect from an event like this. Polite with an underlying tone of disinterest, though one person felt compelled to constantly make piercingly high whistles. We will be displaying the winners' art pieces in the room 237. You're welcome to view them during lunch and after school today. Oh, neato. The principal scaler continues the rest of the assembly, announcing the events of the school and other minor reminders. Behind me, I see the teachers start psyching themselves up for the Herculean task of getting 200 hungry dinosaur teenagers out of the room towards the lunch without anyone getting killed. That does sound like a Herculean task. The principal scaler finishes and waves back to them to signal it's time. Alright, we're going to start adjourning for lunch. You all know how this goes. So, no, just going for the exit. Oh, Liz and her super long neck. Being in the first row, we were the first to get up. I fall behind Olivia until we make it to the hall. Hey, Olivia. She stops and turns around. Geez, is she still anxious about the sight thing earlier? She looks a little pale. I wanted to check out the winning paintings a bit more. Want to come along? She considers for a moment. No, go on without me. I need to use the restroom. Alright, I'll see you at the lunch table then. Olivia nods and starts off down the hall, following the flow of students toward the lunchroom. Let's see, the principal said it was room 237. First thing I noticed walking into the classroom is the amount of people checking out the gallery. While I didn't expect it to be filled to the brim with eager students, there's a decent amount of people here, about a baker's dozen or so. Maybe more will come when they finish up their lunches. Well, I'm here now. Let's take a look at the lucky winners. The pieces are all set out on easels in the back of the classroom. Some desks and chairs move closer to the front to give each its own space. One by one, I take a moment to give the canvas some review. The auditorium screen really didn't give the art justice, because now I can really take in the detail of each one by being up close. The color palettes of the brushwork, the subtle nuances. Yes, I can definitely see all of them having a good shot at getting first prize, but now it's time to see the one I've been eager to look at since it was the first shown. From what I recall, Mr. Idekin's lesson, it's made from acrylic, explaining why the colors seem to be more vibrant. It stands out in defiance to the other paintings in the contest, most of which were either violently absurdist, meaningless, or muted still lifes of ordinary objects. It's a meadow of mystifying colors, organic drawings. The viewer Organic line draws the viewer deeper into the piece, and I feel as though this would be a place I'd wake up with some fantastical dream. There's no rigid structure or forced metaphors here, just fantastical merger of creativity, creative expressionism, and real world beauty. I feel my fingers itching for a similar weight of my DSLR. This is a piece that I want to immortalize in my portfolio. It's hands down the winner of the contest in my eyes. I simply must find out who made it. Looks like the breathtaking show of artistic talent was created by the semi-finalist winner. Olivia entered with this name, didn't she? Or something along those lines. That's a problem. Hey, Inko, I'm glad you swung by. Looks like you're admiring the contest entries. I told you that St. Hammond's artistic programs were unparalleled. That's not mine. What's not yours? I try to say more, but the words won't leave my mouth. Ben's eyes follow mine to the bottom of the painting in front of me, and I watch as he makes the same realization as I do. Inko, did you paint this? I had no idea your style was so developed, so humble. If I had known, that's not my entry. It's not? No, mine was a photograph. But what's your name doing on it? It must be some kind of mistake. A million scenarios come to my mind. They must have got the wrong name somehow. If they did, I think the real artist should have come forward by now. Then the submission website must be hacked or broken. But our school checks for stuff like that. If it was, we would have known by now. Then, Inko, you're sure you didn't submit somebody else's piece by accident? Of course I didn't. Why would I do something like that? You're the only one who can log into your account, Inko. Suddenly everything stops. My account. Did somebody... Look, relax, alright? We can get this sorted out. Just don't panic. Ben lowers his voice. But Inko, just to be clear, what? You didn't get a bit of extra help, right? Ben looks at me through the edge of his glasses, eye to eye. There's some real stakes in this contest. Cheating is taken seriously. Especially fraud. The words echo inside me. Fraud. It makes my bones chill. There's ingenuine, faker, liar. They're all bad in different ways, but fraud is just dripping with frigid condemnation. No, I swear I submitted a photograph. Ben relaxes his shoulders. All right, just making sure. Sorry to alarm you. It's perturbing how he can go from deadly serious to jovial on the flip of a switch. You're going to be all right? Sorry, I need some air. Hey, feel free. I'll let Scalar know, okay? Yeah, thanks, Ben. No problem. Take it easy. Ben offers me an earnest smile, waving at me as he steps out of the room and down the hall. It's after some time I follow him shambling down the hall as I try to make sense of what just happened. I thought everybody actually liked my I thought everybody actually liked my photography. But they all thought I was doing some kind of expert painter instead. They all thought I was some kind of expert painter instead. Yeah, it's making sense now. I don't even know how to express it. I feel empty. I thought maybe my hard work was finally paying off, but I submitted the right entry, so what happened? Did somebody change it? If so, how? It's such a good piece, too. What even is there to be gained by putting my name on it? I wander aimlessly through the halls. The thought of missing lunch passes through my mind, but there's a different sort of emptiness pervading my stomach. Why is this rattling me like this? Man, it's not like I'm in trouble or anything. Ben's helping me sort this out. I'm at a loss of what to even think right now. Oh crap, Olivia mentioned something about server issues before. I couldn't see my submission, but was that just... Maybe Olivia was right to be worried. Well, duh. Why else would she be so nervous? Because she painted it, right? But how would she submit it with his account, I wonder? I don't know. My aimless walking leads me to the principal's office and the gala. There's one cityscape painting from the start of the school year. The very first painting I ever saw here, and still one of the best. A vibrant cityscape that morphs into a rigid structure of urban planning into a soft, inviting utopia, as if viewed from the eyes of a child. The sky above the city is a beautiful shade of crimson with radiant clouds clustered along its length. If the art contest submission was the best painting I've ever seen, then this one comes close. I can only imagine the accolades she must have gotten for painting it back then. You know, for a while I got to have that experience. I got to step in those shoes of an artist must be much better than myself. Maybe that was the intent? All the praise, approval, everything I've been wanting. Just for a while, it was given by an anonymous stranger. Whoever that may be. Actually, this gives me a bit of an idea. If I'm clever and Olivia's up for it, this could be a cool way to get her to show off her painting more. Everyone would like that. Maybe that's just what she needs. I could act as like a personal publisher for her so she doesn't have to deal with people. Ha. Wait a second. I peeled down the empty hallway. I need to find Olivia. She couldn't possibly... But why me? Why would she... Thinking about it only increases my worries and desperation to find who I hope to rapture Jesus isn't the culprit. I haphazardly check all the places where Olivia could be and can't find her anywhere. My hunt for the baryonyx leads me to the second floor of the auditorium. It feels like there's a lead brick in the pit of my stomach as I internalize my current situation. The soft pattering of rain hitting the window grabs my attention to see a gloom covered volcandera outside. My eyes wander along the school's path covered in mud thanks to the earlier rainfall. Wait a minute. Those look like tracks in the mud. I burst through the main entrance, and am met with the feeling of droplets hitting my head. Outside, a dark overcast has rolled in. A forecast called for on and off rain during the day, but pretty gnarly clouds. Makes it look almost like dusk around. Crap, what am I waiting for? I follow the trail with urgency, fearing that the rain will wash it away. Looks like it goes down the whole pathway. I ignore my clothes becoming progressively damp and the water collecting on my shades. Eventually, I round the curve and lead to the bridge to see a distressing item at the end. Oh, fuck. A wheelchair. Olivia's wheelchair. Empty of the occupant, toppled on its side. A new fear grips me as born from the mental imagery provided by the sight. Those cruel thoughts push me up the stairs faster than humanly possible, even as my rational mind tries to reassure me. Running across the deck, my breath is caught in my throat when I reach the middle. She's on the ground, head slumped down. There's damaged and soaked school supplies scattered all over the walkway. Oh God, is she okay? My foot shifts, trying to force me closer. Slowly, her head lifts up to the sound of my shoes squelching on the floor. Inko! Her tear-stained eyes stare at me with dead expression as her voice sounds weak. Olivia. I feel like I can finally breathe again. Slowly, Olivia pushes herself up, and I notice she's lying atop a pile of paper shreddings. A feeling of relief slowly fades. I remember just why I was looking for her. We stay silent, staring at each other as the rain continues to bear down on us. She simply sits there, letting herself grow more and more soaked from the rain. Do you want to talk? No, not out in the open. I grab my compact umbrella from my backpack and unfurl it. It doesn't do much to dry Olivia off, but at least she's not getting more soaked. Jeez, man. The umbrella is placed between us and elements against the ledge, forming a personal canopy above us. Here, now we're alone. There's space next to Olivia. Take a seat. It's odd. We've sat together before, but sitting on the ground in the rain, and the room is just a little claustrophobic. There's a bit of paper melted onto the pavement, soaked in rain. Through torn apart and waterlogged, I can still make it out. A tree. A rough sketch of one, anyway. Like the ones that stood prominently in my false submission. So you did do it. Inko, please, I can explain. I didn't have a choice. What? I know what I did was wrong, but I didn't have any other way. It wasn't a choice not. It wasn't a choice not to trick me? She avoids looking at me, focusing on the scraps of paper scattered around on the floor like confetti. It wasn't to trick you, I get it, you're mad at me. I'm not mad. I'm just confused. I thought we were good friends. I wasn't expecting it. Expecting you. She pauses to give her throat some respite. Her usual water bottle isn't anywhere nearby. A shaky breath escapes her mouth. When you came around, I thought you were no different than the others. That you were just some self-centered, pretentious midwit who would only care for his image. That's when I got the idea of using you to swap your art with mine. You didn't seem to like the idea of a person who cared about how he get. You didn't seem like the kind of person who cared about how he gets the attention from others, just that he gets it. Her description of my character feels really reductive, but the ache in my chest tells me it hits a little too close to home. That's not what I think now. Idakin's the one person I can trust. When he went to bat for you, saying we'd make good friends, I was worried. What's so special about this guy? I honestly got scared he'd be wrong. That you'd be just like everyone else, and I'd be setting myself up for failure. I just want to hug her! But worse than that, Inko. I was afraid he'd be right, and I'd have to face what I'd done to myself. And now I've gone and done something like this. Switching my contest entry? She nods, swallowing hard. I wasn't thinking. Suddenly everything was out of balance, everything I'd created, all my work, my own little world suddenly changing, and I had no control of it. I just had to do something. Shit. Add. Alright, I'm back. I didn't know I was doing that. I'm sorry. She stops to process my words and continues. I knew I'd get caught. It's stupid. I was hoping for it even. Someone to figure out that it was swapped so it would be changed and everyone would be none the wiser. She turns to face me with silver eyes and well with tears. I just want to hug her. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. I just don't want to go back to being the person I used to be. The person who didn't care about hurting you. Her head tilts downward with a violent hitch of breath. Ivory claws extend and grip at her knees in a painful display, yet Olivia chokes back any sound she might make. Her body shudders with every heavy breath from her, and I realize that every last defensive barrier she has was completely gone. Olivia laid herself bare, leaving only the crying girl desperately trying to silence her pitiful tears. Oh, God damn it. Do I say I can't hate you, or do I say, why do all this? God damn it. Both. I want to know, but also, yeah, I can't. I can't. I'm going to hate myself for thinking this, but yeah. You've got me agonizing over decisions, game. See, I went back and I did that twice. Because I was like, is that what I really want to pick? And I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to hate myself for thinking this, but she hasn't really told me why she did it. I don't want to push the issue too hard, but if not now, when? I just want to know, why go through all the trouble? What were you going to accomplish? What were you trying to accomplish? I immediately regret my words as the pained grimace on her face drives home the mistake she made. Even if I'm in the right to ask, I feel like the villain for pressing her, but out of respect for Olivia's feelings, I stand ready. Not because I stand ready because to back down now, to back down would be to designate her like all the people of her past have done. I wanted to see what other people thought of my art without knowing that I was the one who made it. Why would you want that? Isn't it obvious? It's always the same thing. Her voice takes a deep pitch. Oh, wow. You're so talented in spite of your condition. This time it's higher shrill note. Amazing. It's like you aren't disabled at all. Oh, Olivia. I just want to hug her. Her voice returns, this time weighed down by contempt. For all the kind words, it's always came back to those empty platitudes. It's never felt like they cared about me or my interests. It's always just blind praise because I'm doomed to never measure up to the same level of expectations. The worst of it came when I found out I couldn't even fail on my own. The sound of her talons tearing more into the paper on the floor enhances her heated argument. Enhances her heated words. Why the fuck did I see argument? What the fuck? Even when I intentionally do something wrong, someone's always there to pick up after me or assure me it's good in certain lights. She rips more off the page with every sentence. These are just old sketches from through the years. Nobody else has to live with the paranoia. I just want to hug her. God damn it. That every positive word spoken and action taken to help you out is just someone acting out of obligation or insecurity. It got so bad at one point I was almost being forced to accept those freaking accommodations. I just ended up... She drops what little remains of the pages unceremoniously, cutting everyone out. I'm never going to come out on top. I'm never going to be allowed to fail. Nobody's allowed to feel anything but pity for me when they meet me, and guilt when they even consider not just giving me a free pass. Nobody has any agency, and that's just how things are. The bell rings from a distance, signaling the end of lunch. Within my mind, I can vividly imagine the sound of our classmates grumbling complaints as they shuffle to class. Instead, I choose to listen to the rain and how soft pitter-patter of droplets land atop my umbrella before slipping gently into the ground around us. Internalizing the sound alongside the dimmer ambience and overall wetness has turned the tiny park I'm accustomed to into a near alien local. Jeez. I wonder to myself if this is why Olivia came out here. In a small way, all of her work seems to revolve around the average places, but altered in unnatural and beautiful overlayings. Creating from the familiar, yet adding the fantastical. I look over Olivia, who also seems to be lost in thought. That does sound pretty tough. You going to be alright? No, honestly, that's only the start of it, but I don't want to. No, you know what? I want to tell someone, anyone. Right now, it's just Ideken. I'm sure he's sick of it. Alright. The crap even affects my family. You say that like you don't think they are. They aren't, though. I can't change that. She sighs. You're right. I should be a bit more grateful to them. But at the same time, it's Like, I know all too fucking well I could just hang out at the Pains for as long as I need after graduation. They're just too nice to not, and the arrangement with my actual father could probably last indefinitely. I could just detach myself from society and leech off of everyone around me forever, and it'll just be pity and guilt. Oh, God, I want to hold her so fucking bad. Beyond, I just want to put my arm around her. But you saw them at the pool. But you saw them at the pool party. They love you. I know. I hate it, and I want to love them back, but I just can't. Not now. I've already wasted so much of who I am to suddenly turn around my last year. I want to just get out of their hair and not waste their time anymore. Otherwise, I'll be the one hurting them, wasting all their patient kindness for years like I already have, and I've never been in the wrong. Who the fuck wants a free ride through life like that, though? That's all I have waiting for me, realistically. Damn it, why am I telling you all this? Olivia clutches her throat. Her voice had gotten strained and weak. It hurts to speak at all, but she's been letting it all out. Hell, what am I doing just watching? I'm such an idiot. I rummage through the inside of my backpack until, there it is. Pulling out the water bottle, I offer it to her. She eyes it on the ground indifferently, then goes to drink it. The whole bottle is finished in one go, and she drops it to the growing pile of trash. Thanks. I give a silent nod. She looks off into the distance again, picking up her train of thought. That's why I had to do it. I had to know if I really was good at something for once. Really, genuinely good, no false praise, no parasocial relations where I'm verbally filleted for so everyone else can feel better for it. I had to know my art was real. That I could be something for real. That I have a real way out. Idakin assures me all the time that it's good enough. Fuck. Why didn't I listen to him? He probably knows everything by now anyway. He usually does. Honestly, taking all of this in at once is challenging to digest, to say the least. God, I want to hug her. You said you expected to get caught? Yeah, I said I wanted to be. I wasn't even sure other people would see it if you caught it fast enough and switched it back thinking it was a bug. Then you started getting all this praise out of nowhere. Yeah, I did. Seems a bit sad in retrospect. Yeah, around then it really settled in just how badly I messed up. I tried to get you to notice by showing me the submission yourself. Then you just go to the office and get it changed and nobody would get hurt. End of story. But of course you still had your own saved. That's why she was annoyed that he had the whole portfolio ready to go. That's why it bothered her. I see. Yeah. You're always so prepared for anything. She gestures to the crushed water bottle. 3 weeks. The weeks go by, you get more praise, I get more nervous. Today, and Olivia's hands finally fell to her lap, limp and spent. Here we are. It's my turn to say something, I guess. I just don't know how to process all this. It's not like our friendships come with instructions. I own the thought. My own thoughts are muddled, pushing me to find some way to comfort the girl before me. Yet comfort her would Yet to comfort her would be to demean her, like people have done in the past. It's so confusing, and frustration and pity mixed haphazardly in my stomach. It's nauseating. Pity for the girl before me that has wronged me, but not out of real malice. Frustration at myself because Olivia was right, having unveiled an uglier side of me that I wasn't aware of. Damn it. Time to fret over another fucking decision and probably change my mind multiple times. Damn it. Damn it, what do I do? Fuck. Damn it, game making me feel emotions and shit. My thoughts land on Olivia said earlier in the conversation. You going to tell Principal Scalar? Olivia flinches a bit. The principal? Why? Ah, damn it. I knew I would change my mind. Why are you doing this to me, game? Why are you doing this to me? Olivia stares at me with puffy eyes as if expecting me to scold her like she's a misbehaving child. Instead, I hesitantly place a hand on her shoulder as some sign of support. Thank you for telling me all of this. Olivia uses... Fuck. Did I make the right... Was the other one right? I don't... Ah! Olivia uses the cowl of her hoodie to wipe her eyes. I'm actually a little surprised to see smudges of mascara coming off. I didn't think she would wear makeup. It looks so natural on her. As I watch Olivia try to recompose herself, I can't help but be happy that she'd let her walls down so much for me to see. Hear it from me, Olivia. I don't think you have to hide yourself behind curtains to know people are genuinely enjoy your work. Every morning, everyone walks up into school and sees the beautiful mural you made. Most of them probably don't know that you were the one that made it, but it'll always stick with them, like it did with me. Even with her head down, I can see the smile begin to form. So, for what it's worth, I forgive you. Olivia nods, eyes still somewhat teary, but from her little episode. God, did I make the right choice? I still don't know. No, thank you, Inko. I feel my face warm up. It's nothing. It's not nothing, though. The warmth grows more intense as silvery eyes, still wet with spent tears, look into mine. It's not unpleasant, but I'm scared of the temperature possibly making me sick. She also looks dead tired. All of this has taken a lot out of her. I know I didn't mean it like that. It's just, I'm glad to be friends with someone as talented as you, Olivia. She recoils a bit from the compliment. Well, it must be the first in a long time a long while to be getting through. Tell you what, I'll forgive you if you teach me. You already said that. Olivia looks down in contemplation. But alright, I'll teach you how to paint. But you should know, I'm a lousy teacher. You've seen my work in class, I'm a lousy student. I got a feeling it'd work out. Hey, don't make it weird. Yes, Professor Halford. Stop making it weird! I chuckle as I'm playfully shoved by her. So, after that everything was said and done, things became quiet. Beneath the soles of the umbrella, we relax together. At least until Olivia begins shifting uncomfortably. I sit and watch as she takes her calves and shifts them to her side with one hand. Her tail comes around and presses into the paper-filled floor before her, keeping her upright as she starts to lean forward. Finally, with the strength of her tail and one arm, Olivia lifts her hips from the floor and swings her shins fully beneath her. She smiles as she kneels over me. You going to just sit there? Crap, I guess I was gawking stupidly. But it was just so fascinating seeing the girl maneuver herself in this odd yet well-practiced way. I'm kind of jealous, actually. I wish I had a tail to do more of these things she could. I'm still fretting over the decision that I just made. Damn it, game. I press my hands down on the floor and push myself up. I don't know why I had thought to stand, but instead I shifted myself to a kneeling position, too. We're face to face now. Oh! Oh, so cute. For a split second, I feared the worst as Olivia drew me into a hug. I don't know what don't know what she would do, but I like this. For how strong her arms are, and how they were wrapped around my chest feels exceptionally tender. My own arms have enveloped her, returning the embrace in a similarly soft way. As her arms loosen, I draw back, though. I don't want to be taken. I. As her arms loosen, I draw back, though I don't want to take my hands off of her. That was nice. Don't make it weird. Sorry about that. Hear the sound of rainfall hitting the umbrella, and my ears suddenly pick up the noise of what sounds like squeaking? I look down to see that there's something shuffling in Olivia's pocket. That's the mouse she keeps drawing! That's the mouse she keeps drawing! A little beast emerges from the hiding spot with a squeaky yawn, to which Olivia offers her hand to use as a platform. That's why she keeps drawing the mouse. She's got a pet mouse. Oh! Hey, little guy. Nearly forgot about you. Had a nice nap? That's a rat. All right, you two haven't met each other, Inko. This is Guts. Guts, meet Inko. Oh, hi, Guts. I awkwardly wave the apprehensive look at the rodent. Oh, look at her. Oh. Olivia lifts Guts up to her shoulder and gracefully, like her hands in an elevator, is an elevator for him. You brought him to school? Well, yeah, I just really needed him today since, all that crap just happened. She gives Guts a few scritches under the chin. I bring him sometimes when things get rough. And nobody notices? You haven't. Touché. Idakin did once. He told me not to let him run around the school, otherwise it would be considered a health hazard or something. The tardy bell rings off in the distance. We're late to our next class. I'm sure Idakin will understand. We should probably get back to class. Here, hold this. I give Olivia the umbrella so she and the rat can stay dry while I fetch her wheelchair. I got an achievement for that. By the way, it's settled some in... By now it's settled some into the mud. The wheelchair has definitely seen better days. After I dust off the dirt and pulling water the best I can, I make my way back. Thanks. She offers the umbrella back, but I make sure to hold it above her. I keep the wheelchair steady with one hand as Olivia climbs into the seat using her tail to help herself up. We stand in the rain in silence for a moment, only sharing content glances. Oh, look at her! I love her so much! So, what do we do for the contest now? That's a good question. Ben was there when I saw my name in the painting. He already went to tell someone. So, like you said, no harm, no foul. What about your submission? I ruined it. I scratched the back of my head. It wouldn't have won anyway. It's just a picture. Oh. I thought it was pretty okay. Hearing those words from Olivia sends strange flash of heat to my face. It's not unpleasant, but again, those honest words from her really do cut through me for some reason. Because you're starting to like her. Thanks. A loud squeak draws my eyes as Guts stands up atop Olivia's shoulder. Oh, you too? A wry smile stretches across Olivia's face. I think it means Guts is saying it's actually so-so. Hey, cut him some slack, Guts. Inko didn't have any time to make anything for the contest. He's got some high standards. Yep, that's why I've gotten so good. The sheer absurdity of it. I don't know which of us broke first, but our laughter fills the air. Heard only by us as the rainfall cuts off all other noises. Alright, Robert. You sleep well, man. So, what now? I don't know. I don't want to go yet. Still pretty worn out. A smile crosses my face as a wicked idea comes to mind. Well, too bad. What? I walk behind Olivia, grinning like a mad idiot. Inko, what are you doing? Inko! Inko! Her head tries to follow me as I stand right behind her chair. I figured that pushing your chair around is really tiring, so how about I help you out? Olivia blushes and looks away. Fine, but just for today. Returning to the campus was certainly awkward. Passersby shoot us looks. It's not the most common scene to see a girl in a wheelchair just roll in sopping wet and tracking mud in. Oh. More likely, though, it's because the girl had taken to using my umbrella to hide herself from the looks. She was already extremely red in the face. It was a conundrum. Drop the umbrella and let people see her, or keep it and draw more attention. I shall name it the Needle Theorem. She's gonna kill me if I ever attempt to publish it. But making our way back to Olivia's current class, she simply shook her still concealed head. I didn't really have much of a choice from all that I knew of the girl. Her last classes were all upper levels. And she was in possession of the elevator key. And I was in possession of the weakest knees here in Hammond, at least according to Coach Sully. So I wheeled her to my current photography class. On the way, she keeps bending her head back to peek at me. Like she's making sure I'm still there. Knocking on his closed door, the pterosaur professor didn't even bat an eye at the poorly hidden girl. He simply stepped aside and let us through. Ben was looking our way, but I chose to pay him no mind. After everything I heard, Olivia didn't even register he was here. She simply rolled herself back to the classroom through a door into what I'd always guessed was Idekin's supply closet. You know what? I'm an idiot. It's a dark room, isn't it? The stairs of my other classmates abated thankfully as our teacher continued the lecture. Taking my own seat, I focused on Idekin. As much as I could, at least my muddled thoughts kept me distracted the whole period. Just before the bell rings, Idekin stares me dead in the eye. He points a stern finger directly at me and then the floor, signaling, "You stay." Once everyone else left, he closes the door and locks it. So, care to explain? Explain, sir? He opens the door back and signals Olivia to come out. The mud-drenched clothes... the drenched clothes, the declaration of sanctuary. I was having a bad day. She's looking a bit better, still drained, but she's not shivering. Her rat sits on her lap, and Idakin extends a finger down to scratch it under its chin. I can see that. He takes a seat against a nearby desk and waves a hand for Olivia to go on. When she doesn't, he shifts his hand to me. I look between the two of them. Mr. Idakin's expectant leer. Olivia's pleading eyes. Ultimately, I shake my head in the negative. I just helped Olivia get out of the rain. Of course. He slouches further atop the desk. Can I tell you some other time? Sure. Whatever it was, it looks like you've recovered pretty well. Olivia doesn't answer verbally, instead giving him a bashful smile and nod. Was it about your work again? Yeah. Oh, this girl. He turns to me and points a thumb at her. You know, the work she's so concerned about is absolutely wrecks the grading curve in my class. For the sake of the other students, I had to put a limit on extra credit assignments. Really? Yeah, never before have I ever considered such a restraint. Why punish someone for working hard? I would think to myself. Then 4 years ago, this little green goblin comes rolling into my class. Half a semester and more than half a few angry calls from parents later, my hands were tied. Young lady simply does too dang much. Olivia smiles but doesn't look up from her pad. It was that much better than all the other students? Well, no, I don't grade by technique. If I did, you'd be in big trouble, Anko. Olivia's work was very good even then, but the main thing... Oh, shit. Ad break. And back from the ad. Olivia's work was very good even then, but the main thing I admired was how motivated she can be. I haven't seen someone so enthusiastic just to paint in years. Certainly haven't seen anyone so enthused I had to change the rules like that. You were worried it'd stop me. Was I? That definitely sounds like me, but it didn't stop you, not even a little. Heck, that year you even got me to see some things differently. I don't think I ever did anything like that. You did when you came in after class Friday before Mother's Day. Take a look at this. I'm handed a quill pen, and the first thing I note about it is how soft the feather portion is. It's the special pin you always use. It's actually from my wife. Whoa. Inspecting it closer, I can see more of the intricate details. From the faded engravings on the shank to the maintained but worn off point. It's well made and kept, yet the feather brass showed its age. She came in that afternoon with the whole stack of crumpled paintings, drafts, so frustrated she couldn't get it right, so determined to make it perfect. I said any of those would be great. Your aunt would love all of these. And she fires back, if it's not good enough for me, why would it be good enough for someone I love? I did not have an answer. So I tell her to take a step back. We took a few minutes to go over the fundamentals once more. I send her home try getting it right over the weekend, and come Monday she returns and hugs me first thing. That Friday night, though, what she said was on my mind. I talked about it all night with my wife. Then that morning I decided to make a change for myself. My wife was molting at the time, so there was always a new feather or three in our blankets each morning. I took the biggest one, preserved it right, got a bit of help, and made it into a real pen. And I've used it ever since. I really like this guy. He's a cool teacher. It helps me remember how to do my job right for people I care about and for the people my students care about. I think that was that, if that's childlike reasoning that comes so naturally for the youth. That reasoning it makes a type of innocent, earnest dedication. Sometimes I think I'd be lost for a while. Don't give me so much credit. You haven't lost it, have you? Good, don't lose it for me, okay? Okay. Idakin yawns and stretches. You feel alright to go to your next class? Yeah, I'm ready. Great. He claps me over my back. We should do this again sometime. Mr. Idakin ushers us out of the class as the late bell trills, handing us a note he rapidly scrawled on. Miss Brockling didn't seem enthused to see us come in late, but sighed as she read the note from Idakin. As I took my usual spot, I felt something odd in the corner of my eye. Looking up, it was Olivia looking my way, with a smile on her face. One that spoke so many words, yet I couldn't figure out what. All I could do in turn was try to match it before focusing on Prockling's latest lecture. As more time passes, the art contest fades into the background. Last week, I had a scare with Principal Scaler calling me to her office. I feared they figured out what Olivia did and assumed I was part of it, just as she predicted. Luckily, that wasn't the case. Instead, she wanted to inform me that they had no leads on who could have done the swap, and since it was tampered, it'd be removed from the contest. No skin off my back, honestly. As compensation, she gave me one of the runner-up prizes, a coupon for the pizza, for some Italian restaurant called Dino Mo's. Hey, awesome! Are we gonna get to see Uncle Mo in this game? That would be so cool. I loved his character in Snoot Game. He was awesome. Not the biggest pizza fan. Oh, come on. Pizza's delicious, but not a bad price to get after all of this. Saving it for a rainy day. However, I found myself in a conundrum with my own doing. My peers concerned about my entry. My peers' concerns about my entry were resolved, but I hadn't accounted for a new question about my portfolio. My paint portfolio. The few times I showed off my photography work, they'd be mildly impressed at best. And they were never upfront about it either. No, instead I got to run around. Oh yeah, those are nice, Inko. Not bad, but what you did for the contest? I can't even be mad about it, since it's just another misunderstanding, unintended lie from my side of things. But then I had a thought. What if it wasn't a lie? What if I was actually good at painting? And after working at it for the past month, yeah, no, I can't unscrew this. For the past few weeks, I've been staying after school, making use of the club rooms for practice. Yeesh, Inko, did you listen to any of the tips I gave you? Using everything I had at my disposal, namely my textbooks for Mr. Idekin and how-to tutorials online, I'd stay as late as possible trying to get the same skill level as Olivia. That's going to take some time. Definitely. Also, natural talent goes into that too. As I stare at the horrid acrylic monstrosity before me, I can do nothing but weep at my own inadequacies. Not actually weep, but squinting at the Lovecraftian horror before me, and I can maybe see a little progress drowning in the madness of excess paint. Olivia had made good on her promise to teach me around the time I asked Mr. Idekin to borrow the keys to the spare room. Well, I memorized all the teachings down to the letter. What am I even looking at? Are you trying to do something abstract here? Another attempt at a self-portrait, actually. Could possibly post it online for some asshole to buy. For some rich asshole to buy. Is that good? Nope, never trust the opinion of people on the internet. I learned that the hard way. Did you now? After a brief period of awkward silence, I let myself collapse into the stool behind me and toss off an oily apron in frustration. At this rate, I'm going to be a double fraud or something. Frick. Splat. I don't even have the energy to be angry. Probably looks better now, at least. How did Olivia get so good at this? Olivia, please, you gotta have some actual advice for me. She quietly hums to herself, slipping away a notebook she had displayed across her lap into her nearby bag. Well, when I want to draw, it's usually because I got something on my mind. What, like inspiration? Kinda, more so I just envisioned something I want to put on the canvas. Um, the door of the studio flies open and Damien quickly storms in. Hi, Damien! Inko, Olivia. Are you guys here? He takes heavy breaths as his vision darts around the room. After a moment of surprise, I raise my arm to catch his attention. Damien, what's wrong? The hyperactive dinosaur spots me taking a breath before jogging over. Guys, I need to ask you something. What, is everything alright? Is something happening? I can't help but panic. I've never seen Damien this flustered. Do you want to come to the arcade with me and Liz? Is that it? Yeah, that's what I said. Wait, when was this decided? I thought something bad had happened. So did we all. Nope, just asking. Liz already has the car prepped and everything. Oh, I probably should have expected that, but still. How did you know we were here? I didn't. I just kept opening doors until I found you two. Yeah, it sounds like... Oh, Damien's so great. I've been at this for a while, actually. Damien's eyes dart to the canvas lying on the floor next to me. You working on your next masterpiece? Oh, painting sideways is probably one of your trade secrets, huh? Olivia hides her snicker with her hand. Don't worry, I won't tell a soul. Yeah, that's right. Don't tell anybody. I lean down and pick up the canvas and place it upright, deciding to remove the ugly painting and place it in the corner of the room to dry. What about the floor? Somebody's probably got to clean up the floor. Anyway, how about it? To the arcade? The Olive Baryonyx fidgets her brow lowered in contemplation as she considers the question. The arcade, it's not like I had any other plans today. Sure, why not? Alright, let's go. But wait, don't just... Inko, Olivia, there you are. She looks so grumpy. Damien, was taking so long to get you, I was about to come find you myself. This time Damien and I are wheezing for air. Despite Olivia's protest and hesitation, Damien had wasted no time grabbing her by the handlebars and sprinting for the exit. I had chased after them, all while Olivia screamed like a banshee as she was pulled through the halls at breakneck pace. Yeah, just... I took a deep breath, standing upright. Olivia's claws dug into her armrest, and she's definitely trying to kill Damien with her glare, which he happily ignores. Damien's great. Why didn't you just message me or something? I wanted to, but didn't want to ruin your concentration, man. So instead, you kick the art room door open. Yep. Oh, Damien, you're the man. Liz had good grace to look embarrassed on Damien's behalf. But yeah, you get a little bit extra time, right? You've been staying late forever now. I can't hide the wince. It hadn't occurred to me that more people would notice. Ah, relax, not like you're the only one. Yeah, I notice sometimes. I sometimes need to stay behind for student council and club meetings. Right, sure. Come on, the car's in the student section. The Dino duo start toward the student parking lot, holding each other, heading towards a rather old but well kept sedan. Olivia grumbles silently to herself but follows after nonetheless. Come on, dude, it'll take a few minutes to get Olivia in and then 30 to get to the arcade. It won't take that long, damn it. Olivia huffs and the wheels herself to the passenger side, opening the door herself. Do you need any? It's fine. To punctuate her statement, Olivia uses her strong arms to lift herself on her armrests. Then, with more grace than I thought possible from an olive scaled girl, she manages to flop herself into the passenger seat. I stare at the abandoned wheelchair, wondering where to put it. I've got room in the trunk, Inko. Clunk. The trunk lid pops up with a heavy thunk and punctuates that. It takes me more time than I'd like to admit to figure out how to undo the locks and actually collapse the chair, but once it's done, I'm able to slide into the spacious storage easily. Damien had already hopped through the window. Through the window, huh? Like he didn't even open the door. He just jumped through the window. The front passenger seat by the time I'm done, as if he'd practiced the maneuver. Clack, clack, clack. I simply open the door behind Liz's seat and watch as a pile of soda cans empty out onto the pavement below. Ah, sorry, those are from this morning. I just toss them in the back seat when I'm done. Surprised Liz doesn't make you use a bag. I do. Damien pulled up an overflowing plastic bag as if it were a trophy. Why haven't you tossed all those bottles out already? I'm saving them for a project about recycling. Plus, I'm also going to use a couple of them for sculptures. Saves me the trouble of going out and finding aluminum. Might have to melt the paint off, though. And I get to drink as much soda as I want. I don't really say anything as Damien scoops up the rest of the cans from the floor of the car and puts them in a new bag, which he then stuffs into the car's trunk, giving me and Olivia a thumbs up. Alright, dudes, we're good to go. I nod and slink into the semi-clean seat. Oh, look at Damien's expression. My hand searches for the buckle of the seatbelt and brushes against something warm and soft. There's a tiny gasp next to me and comfortable mystery in my hand is yanked away. Huh? Looks like Olivia... I look at Olivia, her hand held on her chest, her green face has a scarlet tinge, and her mirror shade eyes glare holes through my head. You okay? The emerald girl, the emerald scaled girl turns her maw to me. I stifle a mystery chuckle at that. The warmth of my palm fades on. The warmth of my palm fades, however, and leaves my hand feeling lost. Okay, all safety checks are done. Oh, I love the way she has like the three curls so she can get her full neck into the car. That's great. Liz gets in the driver's seat and grips the steering wheel. Outside, she's craning her neck. She's craning her neck to check the mirrors and tires. Wait, Liz drives with her head sticking out the window? Liz pokes her head in. What's that? Her neck snakes inside and coils around and the hook in the middle of the car. With practiced motion, her neck continuously coils until her head sits atop the neck, rolls as if no different from someone putting on shoes. Kind of looks like a giant scale-covered scarf. There's even still enough space for her to see the windows and check behind her. Inko? Huh? It wasn't anything important. Alright. But, the city, right? I've actually been wanting to see it a bit more up close for Ideken's class. You know how much gas money you'd burn to take a detour around here? Good, because neither do I. Let's do it. Hey, what? No! I barely have enough as is. The views on the way are fine. I'm looking forward to it as well. You sure? Yeah, I'll point stuff out I remember along the way. Huh, you're my tour guide now. Don't make me change my mind. Glad that's settled. Everyone buckled in, right? Liz pulls away from the school parking lot, staring down at the opposite direction. I've always entered and exited. Weird to think, but the edge of my world was as close as a right turn out of my own school. God, I need to stop. Then again, I haven't been living here long. Anybody want a station? I don't think I've ever listened to the radio here either. Liz and Olivia hardly seem to glance in Damien's direction as well. Suit yourselves. Within the span of a few seconds, the natural ambience of the road is replaced with loud sounds of decades-old rock music sending vibrations through the car and everyone in it. As fast as it comes, however, it stops. Liz haphazardly yanks the volume knob counterclockwise, toning the music down to a bearable level. Damien frowns for a moment, but he doesn't seem to contest her decision. Zzz. What the? I turn off all notifications stuff except for messages and calls between all the people I message. There's only one who isn't inside the car. Checking the screen, I see. Oh, Damien. I don't know, Damien. So long it isn't twangy country music. Sure. Wait, you've been texting? How long? Since, like, the first week of school. What the heck, dude? Let me see your phone. I handed it over, open to the contact creation page. She taps at the first. She taps in a few numbers and pauses. Then sheepishly, she yanks her phone from her coat pocket. She doesn't know her own number? Olivia finishes tapping her number into it and hands it back. She entered herself as Livelong. Huh, sounds vaguely oriental. Bzz. Yep, got it. Oh, I love her. That was uncalled for. That's why I sent it. She giggles at her own joke despite being the butt of it in the boot of the car is too high to not hold it against her. Alright, I'm gonna stop here. My throat hurts and I need to stop. So I'm gonna save. And I'm gonna call it. Yeah, I'm not going to lose unsaved progress because I just saved, so quit. And thank you to everybody that tuned in. I greatly appreciate it, but my throat is dry and I need to stop and go do something else for a while. Something besides talk a lot. So, talk to you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody.